Brawlhalla is one of my favorite games of all time, despite my relationship with it being the same one that the Caucasian man possesses with a bean burrito. And no, I will not explain what this means. However, it seems that some of the most important things that make Brawlhalla what it is today have been lost to time. Now you may not know what I'm referring to, but don't worry for a second, your good old Al's got you covered. First and foremost, we have to talk about the
Welcome to Brawlhalla!
Now, as much as I like to say that one can choose what they want to play and how they want to play, that is sadly a lie, albeit half of one. There are some things that will instantly turn you from a respectable human being to a low-life rodent. These include, but are not limited to:
we need to build a wall.
Although taken care of, kinda, in recent years, doing so will result in your obtention of the brand new Girls Code badge full-on thought written all over it. This does not need explaining. If it's a standstill you're searching for, then go back a few centuries ago, my friend, back to the far west. Either that or play Reno, in which case I'll understand. In kindergarten, they taught us about how the square goes into the square hole, which means that the character, made for 10 attack, maybe should be played with 10 attack. And don't go pulling a "oh but for defense." Get out of here, nerd. Satan's waiting for you. You just gotta sit in a brand new circle of hell for people just like you.
Identify yourself. Who the fuck are you?
If you met someone in the street that waved hi to you, what would you do? Would you A, shake his hand and give his schlong a good old tug? Would you B, aggressively hit the Gangnam Style? Would you C, deck this motherfucker in the face right here and then? Or D, would you leave because you're introverted and you cannot handle social interactions? If you have chosen C, then bravo! You've just unlocked yourself a chair next to those old players. Timmy has had a long day at preschool and got on the laptop his elder brother lent him for the day. Today, he will play a fun game. However, what Timmy does not know is that by clicking on experimental and picking his cutie patootie level 2.5 Budvar, he will end up facing the level 97 Diamond Orion Gamer, whose sim showers less than his blink in his entire existence. As cruel as this sounds, this is why you always want to play with a friend or train them before putting them against real people. I'm not saying fucking around and finding out isn't possible. I'm just saying that if you want to learn fighting, maybe entering an MMA cage with the potential of encountering motherfucking Conor McGregor is not the brightest idea. Since we're on the topic, why not dive deeper? The sweat is the individual for who the only enjoyment they get is watching others fail at obtaining it, some going as far as to ruin the game for other people to kill the potential sensation of joy out of their opponents, open parenthesis, League of Legends, close parenthesis. Much like AIDS, the sweats come in many different characters, although some characters are usually more entangled with that word than others. Although Brawlhalla does a great job at giving visual cues as to what kind of character definitely should not own a Twitter account. This one is for all the Lord Rax players out there. Take one look at his face, and with all the honesty in your heart, tell me he has nothing against people of color. And while we're at it, let's throw the Ogren players in there as well. Oh, and what are you guys doing here?
I have a question. For God. Why?
Do you ever inspect the name of the people you play against? Well, I do, and I write it in my notepad so when I lose, I can find their Steam accounts and report them for terrorism. Some people, for some reason, think names are cringe. For them, being anonymous instantly strikes fear into the hearts of their opponents, letting them know that they're fighting an alpha male, one above the laws of naming. On the other hand, there's also the head smashers. Yes, they could have gone with Cool Shark 555 or Cross Dildo 123. But no, they chose to go with the name straight out of the forgotten language of an ancient Mayan civilization.
Oh hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
We've touched this subject before, although the people who practice spamming seemingly have never been before, especially not by someone of the opposite sex. I could make 1,001 jokes about one guy spamming the same sig over and over again, but I think it's better for us to try and understand how good spamming actually is. If you know your opponent is going to do the same thing he's been doing for the last 3.5 minutes, then just jump over it, get away from it, and fuck him up when they fumble. It's not complicated. Disclaimer, just because I say it's easy to do doesn't mean I still don't get hit by the six.
Oh damn.
This one is dedicated to all the little teammates from before. If the enemy is off stage and he's trying to make it back up, throw shit. I don't care if you want to keep that bomb for a quote-unquote cool finish. Throw it. into your opponent's anal cavity, full on. And if he dodges it, then throw more shit. But what if the opponent is dodging everything I've been throwing at him? Then throw more shit. If your opponent disconnects in the middle of a match, it's a shame, and I hope you'll get a better internet soon enough. If he does it just after he dies though, oh baby. You finish a match, and as you're about to hit the GG button, this appears. What do? If you said join, then you're wrong. Joining this is an issue only when you lose. If you get swagged on, then get invited to a private room, what do you think the purpose of that invite is? I'll skip to the chase, it's to swag on you even harder. Although if you win, then this is a completely different matter. If the opponent has been friendly, emoted at the beginning and so on, chances are they just want to have some more fun 1v1s with you, which is totally respectable. If they didn't, then that means their diaper is now full from shitting themselves too much, and they now need to match this amount by showing you how much their brain is also covered in it. In these instances, two choices lie ahead of you. The first one is the dismissal of the invite. Although, if you do that, the opponent could fulfill their own ego by telling themselves, oh, they were scared. And you don't want that. So choice 2 is joining, but don't do anything. Look at the chat, and if the first words that come out go along the lines of your birth giver may have an unprecedented amount of weight going on, then I will give you the greatest comeback ever created. It is a response that confuses the opponent and cannot be countered, as it is so dumb that there is no logical response to it. Go to the game's room chat and type the word twerk. Then, let the subject burst into its own rage as it tries to attack you with insults that make sense and may be right. But why does it matter? You've joined their land, you've talked, you've shown you're not afraid. Because you said twerk, they have no fucking idea how to respond to this shit. Remember, no one can predict you, if even you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Here is the ranking of the taunts. If you use it, go sit with the Zol players from earlier. Oh wow, really? Fair enough. That's funnier than it is annoying. My penis has attracted so far into my body that when I try to come, I accidentally flood my own liver with my piss. But the thing is, after all is said and done, what's left? Well, why don't I show you? By playing the best character in the game, according to me.
I'm not approaching.
Oh, you better not.
I'm not done! No! Oh, you got swagged on!